Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing Amphibia Season 1 Episode 6 Story A, Sprig versus Hop Hop. And tomorrow we're going to be doing Episode 6 Story B. It's called Girl Time, but yeah, let's get on with Story A. Okay, so Sprig versus Hop Hop. It starts out with Anne, Sprig, and Polly pulling like the weeds out of the ground because farming maintenance and kids had to do chores and stuff, and they're like whew, and Sprig's like sweating. I'm kind of thinking of something now because I forgot what episode it was, like episode 2, like the Flood, Sweat, and Tears story of the episode, where Sprig said that frogs don't sweat, and it looks like here he's sweating. So is it called something else? I don't want to write it off as something and it's called something else, but it kind of looks like he's sweating. But he said frogs don't sweat, so should I count it? I don't know, because I don't know everything about frogs. Oh wait, maybe it's just they're retracting mucus, like from Princess and the Frog. Like it's not slime, it's mucus. So maybe that's like their form of sweating, maybe. So yeah, I'm not gonna take a point off. I was sorry, I had to take a few minutes to think about that. I was like, Sprig said he doesn't sweat, but he's sweating, so never mind. He's retracting mucus, I guess. But Sprig is doing that. They're his form of sweating, and he's like looking at these. I don't know what they're called, bullworms or caterpillars or whatever. Caterpillars sound weird, so I'm gonna say bullworms. So he's like, "Oh, hey, Hop Hop, we can okay, wait, sorry." He's like, "Hop Hop, maybe we can use like the bullworms to eat the weeds, so we don't have to. So like, because we're getting really tired, and like, it's a good idea." And Hop Pop's just kind of like has his feet up on a barrel and he's drinking like a drink. I don't know what it is. And he's like, "All suggestions go into the suggestion barrel." And then and Anne, I guess Anne and Polly are like taking a break also. And Anne's like, "Do you think he even reads these?" And Polly's like, "Doubt it. Because like I asked for a pool like a month ago and nothing." And and Sprig's like, "Come on, you guys, have more faith in Hop Hop." He wrote his suggestion, but like the bullworms eat the weeds, and like I think it's his suggestion number 100 and something, and he just put it in. His hand got stuck. His hand got stuck, and he he tipped over the barrel, and it's just a pit of fire. And the suggestion just got burned. And Polly's like, "A fire pit? That's the opposite of a swimming pool." And Sprig's like, "Why, Hop Hop? Why?" And this is my first complaint where not that the barrel caught on fire, even though it's made out of wood, because like it's a big enough barrel and the fire's like deep enough in the ground where I don't think it would catch on fire. The problem is when Sprig puts in those suggestions, I'm wondering why his hand didn't feel like the heat. Like he's like, wonder what's under here, because it's not that hard to to tip over the barrel. So it's at 9.5 because they're like, come on, you didn't feel the heat, and this is like suggestion number 100 and something. Come on. But anyway, he's like, "Why, Hop Hop?" And Hop Hop's like, "It's because all your ideas are dumb. Like you can't just put swimming pools and." You can't just put swimming pools everywhere. Well, no, it's not everywhere. You can't just put swimming pools anywhere. They attract pests. And then Sprig's like, "Well, if I was the head of the farm, I would at least read our suggestions and not burn them." And you can see like the fire. And Hop Pop's like, "Ha! You're the head of the. You lead the farm. I lead it to the ground." And they're kind of doing the croaking thing, kind of like I'm right. And Hop Pop kind of being like really mean here, kind of saying like all your ideas are dumb and stuff. Like, like, and you have to burn them. Like, you can't just like read them and like, oh, this is dead, these are stupid. Like, and I'm just gonna put them over here, and the ones that are good, I'm gonna put in another pile. So 9 right now. Come on, Hop Hop, be better than that. But and then Polly's like, oh, is that official challenge? And Sprig just runs up the like this pole and rings the bell, and he's like, Loo! Or something like that, and and basically and Polly's like, Sprig Planter, you have rung sorry, a Sprig Planter, you have rung the family challenge bell. What is your challenge? My challenge is to be the new head of the farm, and Hop Hop isn't. And he's like, Hop Hop, do you accept this challenge? I do formally accept this challenge. And it's like, I'm sure this is all gonna make sense in a few minutes. And he's like, and she's like, oh no. And then, what's going on? And Hop Hop and Sprig is in their sumo garment, rubbing themselves in mud, kind of like mudding them up. And Polly are on this like log, kind of like their bench. And basically, what's going on? And Sprig's like, Hop Hop's like, it's the family challenge. And Sprig's like, and the winner takes all. And Polly basically sums it up where it's like, they push each other off the lily pad until one's left standing. It's dumb, but it's pretty fun to watch. Okay. And it's like, oh, okay. Like, has Sprig ever won? And he's like, I won in spirit. It's like, okay, so no. And then Paul's like, enough chit chat. Let's get the challenge. Let the challenge begin. And Hop Hop and Sprig are running at each other. They're kind of like pushing each other, and Sprig tried to go this way, and Hop Hop's going this way, and Hop Hop basically got Sprig pinned, like he's about to fall off, and Hop Hop's like, haha, I got the experience and the upper body strength, and Sprig's like, oh yeah, well I got the moral high ground. It kind of puts his feet on Hop Hop's chest and like flips him over, and he goes in the mud, and Polly's like, oh my gosh. And then Polly rings the bell. Oh, Sprig wins, and Anne and Polly. Anne's like, oh, nice going, dude. Yeah, like nice going, dude. And Sprig said, oh my gosh, I won my first win, and Anne and Polly like, Sprig's head of the farm. Sprig's the head of the farm. And sorry. And then Hop Hop's like, oh, my time is over, and he just crawls away. Oh, okay. Guess we'll see you later. And I, basically, Sprig, changes out of sumo. Well, he cleans off, like, the mud, and, like, he puts back, like, his, like, what is it, like, his jacket, I guess? Yeah, like, because we see him, like just rip off his, like, jacket, and he's still in his sumo garb, so I'm assuming he just put his jacket on and just clean himself off. Okay. And and Polly is like, Sprig, and Sprig's like, oh, come on, like, that's enough. And they're like, oh, and okay, that's a few more. Sprig, and that's what I'm talking about. Your rule number 1: all suggestions are good. And Polly's like, swimming pool, yep. Dance parties, and that's what Anne's saying. Is it? Let's do one now, baby. And they're having like a dance, and they kind of have a little montage where they're hoisting the flag that says "a farm that listens," and they're like, oh, like, we respect it, and they're just saluting it. But I guess that's what we saluting. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if you guys have a comment, but I know my comments are weird. I'm not here to talk about that. But basically, they salute to it, and basically they are making a pool. They're using Bessie to bite the rope to use this mushroom, the top of the mushroom, to pour the water, so they don't do it by hand. And they're hammering in like a nail on the wall. And like it just like collapses, and it said like, oh, dance party coming soon, and it's just collapsing, and they're like, eh. And I actually want to take note here, either two things. One, this is the worst wall ever, and it's made out of stones, so like it must be the worst wall imaginable. Because Anne's only 13 or 14. I'm guessing by like her her body, like how tall she is, and the scale. But I'm assuming like 13, 14, and and basically she was able to knock this wall down. So either two things: it's either the worst wall imaginable in history, or what I was like saying like in the first episode where her eyes turned blue and she was able to fight off this mantis. Like a 13-year-old girl cannot fight off a mantis. So it's either the worst wall or it's like her inner strength kind of like crushing it. So I don't know, but that seems pretty cool. And they're like, we don't care. They're like and wanted a clown. So it's this weird. I don't like clowns, and like you're like the clown theme song, and Sprig is like yay, and I guess just like me, I mean I wouldn't do what Polly did, but Polly's like freaking out, and she's like beating up the clown like I hate clowns, and your aunt's like whoa, whoa, whoa. And Sprig's like Polly, we paid him to do this. So he's at 8.5 right now because come on Polly, you can't beat him up. We paid him to do this, and there's like a sign in the background that says listen, live, love, or listen, love, live. I forgot the order. I know listen is first. And the clown still there but has a black eye and he's like dancing. I guess he wants some money. And basically we get to like the B plot, I guess, of the episode. Because we see it like twice. Where we go to we first go to a school that kind of looks like Hop Hop, and then it's like a cemetery. And Hop Hop is just like we're walking around, and he's like, oh, but better get comfortable over here where the other frogs are useless. And he sees this beetle, this blue beetle, and like he's like, oh, are you okay there, little feather? And then the beetle's happy, and like Hop Pop's like, oh, where was I? All right, sulking in sadness, and the beetle is following him, like kind of like this is the guy basically kind of like saved my life, and he's like, oh, you're even more loyal than my own family. I'm gonna call you Jeremy, and Jeremy likes it, yay. And back to the A plot where Anne, Sprig, and Polly are having fun in the pool, and Anne's like tummy is rumbling, and he's like, oh, I'm getting pretty hungry, and Sprig's like, oh, like the dinner, great suggestion, Anne. And then like they're looking throughout the pantry and stuff, and Anne's like, where's the food? And Sprig's like, oh yeah, the Hop Up usually today would be the day where he would go grocery shopping. And Anne's like, what are we gonna do? I'm getting hangry. And she's like she's getting frustrated about it. And he's like, oh, I got a great suggestion. And he's like, oh, like fresh from Mother Nature's gardens, and it's like potatoes. And then like he's like, oh, dig in everyone, and there's like this worm thing, like a centipede. I think it's a centipede, and he's like it's creepy looking, and it's like kind of like attacking them, and the like Anne like covers it with a bucket, or Sprig covers it with a bucket, and Anne like sits on top of it because like she's heavier than both of them. And Sprig's like, oh yeah, Hop Hop would like take out the pests, and it's like I think there's like a couple things we don't know how to run a farm, and Sprig's like, there's a couple things we haven't figured out. Sure, but isn't it better to be listened to? It's yeah, okay, it is. And then the bug escapes from the barrel and gets like knocked over, and Sprig's like, oh, don't let it touch me, don't let it touch me, and like you don't see it, you just see the outside of the house. And Sprig's sleeping in the master bedroom, and like with like chips like spilled on the bed. I guess he owns it, so okay. Don't keep your bed neat. I guess like that's his motto. But Anne's like, Sprig, we have a situation. What's this situation? What? And there's this I mean, everyone knows. Well, you should know if you want a pool. Pool takes maintenance, especially in the winter and the summer. Winter, you got to like make sure you have like this what's it called, a pool thinner, or like a sheet that goes over it so the water doesn't freeze over it. And like if you live like up in the mountains, sorry, and in the summer it attracts mosquitoes. Mosquitoes will lay their eggs, and that's what they're doing here, and it's gigantic mosquitoes. Ugh. And like they're just laying the eggs, and then you see like the like everything's catching on fire, and the clown is like playing his little music box thing, and the bullworms are trying to get him, and then to see the fire around them, and like Sprig and Anne and Polly kind of giving each other a look, and you see, gets the clown got off the roof, and the mosquitoes are trying to poke him, and then it's time for like a family meeting. And it's like I called this family meeting for obvious reasons. And it's like we have no food, and if we don't get control of the farm, we're all gonna die. It's like So we had the power of great teamwork and good suggestions. So how about, gang? Remember, no suggestions are bad. And when he's like finishing the word suggestions, like it's about to finish, and Polly and Anne's like, let's get Hop Hop back in charge of the farm, and like he's like, Urgh! And he's like, Hop-a-da Planter was a tyrant, and it's like a tyrant who actually knew how to run a farm. And he said, no, don't you like being, don't you, I can't go back to that life when you're not being listened to. Don't you like this way better when you're being listened to? And Anne's like, I don't feel listened to now. And then Paul's like, yeah, you're freaking me out, bro. He's like, and then he's got the chalk on his hands. He's kind of rubbing it on his hat. It's like, in his goggles. And it's like, okay, we're gonna take a 15-minute break, and then we're gonna start this meeting over, and next time bring a good suggestion. And then Polly and Anne give each other Polly's like, you think of what I'm thinking, and it's like, oh yeah, or maybe it was the other way around. Let's go get him. And we go back to the B plot, and Hop Hop has like this caveman outfit, it's like a fur. It's not actually the clothing. And he's gathering mushrooms, giving the Jeremy. Oh, I can't thank you enough for letting me into your community, Jeremy. I actually feel like a part of something now. And I guess it's been past like 15 minutes, because how did Polly and Anne find Hop Hop? So they probably went over the entire town and basically found him at this cemetery. That's what I'm assuming. And I was like, oh, Hop Hop, and he's like, oh, hey girls, are you helping us to scavenge because it's gonna be a cold winter for hibernation. It's like, no, Sprig's ruining the farm. You have to come back. And he's like, give me a minute, boys. And he actually see like a tombstone on the beside him that says Slippy, he slipped. So I guess that's in his name. So it's a little gag. But he's like, I learned a lot from the last time I saw you. How long was it? And then Anne's like, it's been a day and a half. And he's like, well, I grew from that time apart from you guys. I've been living amongst the beetles, and because I learned tranquility, harmony, listening. And it's like, he sleeps in the bed, and he's like, you what? Yeah, Hop Up's like, you what? And I forgot to mention that Polly mentions like, yeah, you have to come back because I'm having digestive strife, like strike, because I've been eating nonstop potatoes. So that's what they were eating. And it's like, oh, he sleeps in your bed, and Hop Up's like, you what? And then gets the 15 minutes are over, and then Sprig is like, where are those ungrateful kids? And Hop Hop lands in a superhero, and like, and he's like, I have returned. And Sprig's pointing to Anne and Polly, I don't believe it, backstabbers, conspirators. And Anne's like, sorry, dude, we appreciate your ambitions and everything. But Polly's like, but we didn't know what we were doing. And Sprig has this flag from that listens, and it's like, we had a beautiful dream, but it only seems that I'm willing to fight for it. And Hop Hop has the smaller version of the bell. It's like, Sprig Planter, I challenge you again for the ownership. I challenge you for the ownership of the farm. Do you? And Polly's like, Sprig, do you accept this challenge? And Anne's like, please say yes. And it's like, I accept. And kind of hear this kind of Asian Agni Kai type of music, and then it's or something like that. And Hop Hop rips off his caveman outfit, and it's like I said before, Sprig kind of unties he takes off his jacket. He's still in his sumo garb, and they're putting the mud on top of on each other. And Hop Hop's like, what is he doing? and Sprig putting the mud on his face. He's like, I beat you before, I can beat you again. And Hop Up's like, we'll see. And Anne's like, you know, kind of biting on her finger and like, oh my god, who's gonna win? And Paul's like, begin. And this cool effect, I wish I can play it, but I can't. But Hop Up and Sprig both run really fast, and the mud kind of goes up, and then it kind of goes down, and basically kind of they sling their tongues at each other and kind of both hit each other. That was a really cool effect. I wish I can play it. I can't. Sorry. But they're basically kind of having like a fight here, and Hop Up's like, the girls have been telling me everything, Sprig, and Sprig's like, what? And Hop Up kind of like uses that as a distraction to get him. Like they hit him with his tongue, and he's like, "You're destroying the farm." And then he's like, "Don't you see, Sprig? Even if you win, you lose." And like, and Sprig's like, and the Sprig kind of hits him with his tongue. He's like, "Oh, so what? We're supposed to go back to that life? Like, you never listened to us." And Hop Up gets a hold of his arms, and it's like, "And I was wrong. I learned that you can't work together properly if not everyone has to say. Jeremy taught me that." And then, like, you know, Sprig kind of like gets out of his clutch, and then, like, you know, he's like, you mean it? He's like, I have to admit, most of my ideas are pretty dumb. Like, I think it even cause permanent damage to the ecosystem. And then, you know, Hoppa's like, well, yeah, but you know, your ideas probably could work, but you never know if we don't try. And he's like, I promise I would at least read your suggestions. And Sprig's like, you promise? Like, promise. And then he just lets go of his hand, and he just has like doing this, and he's just falling back in the mud. It's like this big dramatic music. It just falls like 2 inches, and then Paul's like, oh, the winner is Hop Hop. And you know, Hop Hop like goes out of, you know, at the house, and he's like in his I guess like it's in the next day, because it's kind of like sunset, and Hop Hop's in regular clothes, and Sprig's in his regular clothes too. And basically, you know, they're basically cleaning up after the mess with the fire and everything in the pool, and and Anne's like sweating. He's like, "Whoo, Hop Hop, can we get some shade?" And then he puts a big mushroom next to her, and he's like, "You know, like, here you go, great suggestion, Anne." And like, and he's like, "Oh, then that's not all. No more pit of fire." And Sprig's like, "Oh, the thanks, Hop Hop." And he's like, you know, kind of squeezing him a little bit, like he's a squeak toy. And like he's, you know, and he's like very happy. And Sprig and Hop Hop's like, yep. And then we get to the end of the episode where the Beatles bring Hop Hop like the suggestions, and it's a hard Sprig. He reads them, and the ones that he doesn't think are gonna work, he throws in the fire. And like he's like, nope. And he's, thank you, Jeremy. And he's like, nope. Oh, this one's a maybe. And an episode. Well, a story A of the episode. You know, pretty good party episode. 80.5 out of 100. You know, it's a B plus. 85% out of 100%. You know, B plus. The whole thing about Hop Hop where he was willing to burn their suggestions and not give them the benefit of the doubt. Polly beating up that clown, and it was, and also Sprig and Polly not feeling like the heat from the barrel when they're putting suggestions in from like the fire. Come on, like, you didn't feel that? So again, it was a B plus. You know, 85% of 100%. So pretty good. Tomorrow is gonna be the episode Girl Time. That's gonna be tomorrow. You know. And yeah, everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.